morning, everybody at home. You're welcome to another edition of Sport Update on AYOGEN TV. We are always located at Akinjagunla. You can as well sit back and follow us on our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and all our social media handles to enjoy this weekend episode of Sport Update. I'm Adewuse Oladeji Habib. Yet with me in the studio is my sport analyst. I'm sure you all have missed David, and David is back. David, it's nice to have you back on this.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, HB.
Tulokwe Emmanuel.
Good morning. Thanks, HB, for having me. And,
we've always been rocking it in the absence of David, and we hope David is back. Okay, David, you know, in your absence, the Super Eagles of Nigeria lose the just recent FIFA World Cup that is slated for Qatar. And now yesterday the draw is out and the Super Eagles is nowhere to be found on the draw list. Before we move into the today's episode, I will just in brief, how do you see the exit of Super Eagles from the FIFA World Cup?
Okay, thank you once again. Actually, it's actually disheartening to see great Super Eagles actually out of the World Cup. Look at same thing with AFCON. We went out at an early stage, and here also in the World Cup, it's actually not too good enough. So we know we have a lot of job to do, a lot of work. Because when I watched the game against Ghana at first leg, what I noticed was that they were actually playing individualistic style of football, playing a senior man football, which actually didn't help us. And I know Amoneke at the moment is having a lot of work to do, most especially in terms of our midfield and our front line. But with the fact that we're out of it, that doesn't mean we can't still come back stronger. We believe we can still come back strong, because in the next 4 years or so, we know we are going to bring or breed a set of players that are going to be competing at top stage football in the world. Amoneke, I will actually advise our NFF not to replace him, because it might be going on in their mind. Probably they might want to replace him, but I don't think that's necessary at the moment. They just need to give him time, just like Mikhail, Arteta and Arsenal. They gave him time, and he's actually proving that off. And so same with Amoneke. I think they should give him time.
Recently, the NFF have just disbanded all the technical crew of the Super Eagles, and even Austin Aguafon have just resigned. Do you think that's that's the right channel to make sure that the Super Eagles are bounce back stronger?
Actually, I would say the thinking that backed that up was actually frustration. They were actually frustrated that Nigeria isn't in the World Cup. Everything is going badly for them. So I just hope they are going to reshuffle. What they want to do is just to reshuffle themselves back and get back on track. That's the main something for solving them.
Okay, let's quickly move to the FIFA World Cup draw that was slated yesterday. And all teams have been drawn into their various groups. In Group A, we have Qatar, we have Ecuador, we have Senegal, and we have Netherlands. We are in Group B, we have England, we have Iran, we have USA, and we have probably anyone that are qualified between Wales, Scotland, and Ukraine will join them in Group B. And in Group C, we have the Argentina, we have Saudi Arabia, we have Mexico, and we have Poland. We are in Group D, we have France, we have, Denmark, we have Tunisia. Whichever that qualify between Australia, Peru, and United Arab Emirates will join them in this Group D. While in Group E, we have Spain, we have Germany, and we have Japan, and they are still waiting for either of Costa Rica or New Zealand. And in Group F, we have Belgium, we have Canada, we have Morocco, and we have Croatia. And in Group G, we have Brazil, we have Serbia, we have Switzerland, and we have Cameroon. And in Group H, we have Portugal, we have Ghana, we have Uruguay, and we have Korea Republic. I think one of the major highlights of this group stage of the thing is we are expecting, should I say we are expecting the repeat of what happened between Ghana and Uruguay again. Let me take it up from Tulokwe Emmanuel. What do you see as regards the group stage? In short, the group stage, the draw that was slated yesterday.
Well, good morning once again, and thanks for having me here on the show. And after going through the draw yesterday, there are a lot of comments that have been coming up that whereby people teams have been tipped already to become favorite, and either this team will be able to emerge out of the group or and even made it to the next round. But with what you've said, it's not going to be easy considering the recent style of football we have across the globe, whereby there are shocking results, whereby you write off a team at your home peril. And so the same thing will be applicable when it comes to this current World Cup, whereby teams whereby there will be underdogs. Don't be surprised there will be underdogs in this tournament. And teams that you never think of shock you at any moment if you take them for granted, or they take their chances. So for Ghana, Uruguay, I think it should be a repeat of, I think that was 2010 World Cup or thereabouts.
Yes, in South Africa.
Yes, so the best revenge the Ghanaians can take at this moment
is to defeat the Uruguay.
Yes.
But it won't come that easy.
Easy.
Because, you know, the style of play of Uruguayans, again, and the current form of these two sides, you can't place them side by side. Come any day, anytime, Uruguay will have a head of Ghanaians, I mean the Black Stars of Ghana. But if eventually, like people have been tipping Ghana for this, I think the best that they can do, even not for their country alone, but for all Africans, is to go out there, seal the points, I mean the maximum 3 points against Uruguay. But it won't be an easy job.
Okay, before I move on to David, let me just give us some brief stories on our boxing. We have Safana Marshall mates comfortable after Florin Michael and Chris Jackson clash. And Ben Shalom says Kevin Brooks versus Chris Ibukan Jr. getting closer. Hey, Meow Khan could flood me. Marian Maku. Okay, let me shift it back to David before we move on to some other stories we have here. Okay, Group A. I would like us to take it one after the other because I want us to analyze at this group stage before we talk about the matches we have today in Europe. In Group A, we have Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, which is one of the African teams, and we made it to the Mondial. And we have Netherlands. Now in Group A, I want you to talk about the two sides you tip, the two countries you tip to make it out of this group stage. And don't forget, you know, football is, let me say, it's a game of luck. Any team can defeat any team, and you cannot just predict a certain team. But with current statistics and the likes, in Group A, we have Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands. Okay, firstly, let me ask, do you see Senegal making it out of this group stage?
Sure. I actually see them making it out because of the type of football they played, even in the AFCON, even in their qualifiers also. Their coach, let me use the word, their coach has proved that his team is capable of handling any game at the moment, because that's what he actually proved to Jurgen Klopp when he actually called the AFCON just anyhow cup. He actually showed them that, yes, his team is actually capable of winning, of playing comfortably on the pitch. I actually see Senegal coming out of that group conveniently. But actually what he said football is a game of luck. Everybody didn't think Nigeria is going to just drop out of the AFCON against just a small team. So we can't just write off other teams. Actually, according to what my colleague said also, he said there are some teams that can be underdogs in this competition. So we can't just write any team off, but let's just give the tip to Senegal at first, and probably Netherlands. They have players that can actually play well at the moment. So in the group, I'm actually giving Senegal and Netherlands.
Okay, after local Emmanuel, I would like us to discuss about Group B. We have England, we have Iran, we have USA. Probably we still await Wales, Scotland, or the Ukraine. But okay, let's discuss about the three teams who already have a chance in that group, which is England, Iran, and USA. Okay, coupled with what presently we know the crops of player in England national team, and USA, we know the crops of player they have. Do you see these two teams making it out of the group stage?
Sorry, before I will have to digress a bit. Before I say something about that Group B, I'd like to say something about Group A.
Okay, which comprises of Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands.
I want us to consider something. If we go through the last edition of the FIFA tournament, you know what Russia was able to do. At first, nobody gave them the chance that they will be able to move out of their group stage and even advance into either quarters or thereabout. So you never can tell what Qatar has been doing, although they might not be good when it comes to soccer or FIFA tournament like this, but being a host nation, they will want to give their best, and so I want to give them a benefit of doubt that they will go out of that group alongside either of Netherlands and Senegal. But like David have said, presently Senegal is playing a beautiful football, so I want to give it to Qatar and Senegal. So now to Group B. I see England already, it's an automatic, although, like we've said, soccer is becoming something else these days, but as a matter of fact, we still want to give it to England. Then the issue of
Iran and USA.
I don't think Iran and US should be a threat for England. Then those still playing the playoff. That's where I have the major issue.
Wales, Scotland, and Ukraine.
I think either of these sides will be good enough to advance to the next round. Either Ukraine, Wales, or Scotland. But left to me, I would have preferred Scotland advancing into the finals. Yeah. So my take would be England and Scotland.
England.
And if eventually
England and Scotland. Don't forget, there are playoff would actually determine whether
that's where I'm going. If eventually Scotland didn't make it to the finals proper, I think Wales should be good enough to
make it, because even Italy is not making it up to
at all.
Okay, David, it's your turn to analyze Group C. We have Argentina, we have Saudi Arabia, we have Mexico, and we have Poland.
Well, my first exclamation was No, in that group, I think I'm giving it to Argentina, because first, my favorite is there, Lionel Messi. So actually, Argentina also, they proved themselves. Look at the Copa America they played. They actually showed that they were actually capable against the Brazil.
From their qualifiers.
Yes, even they've been pulling some things off that showed them that no, this team is actually on the right track at the moment. The likes of Lionel Messi in the team, Di Maria in the team, and probably I think Aguero will be coming back, but not fully, not like playing like that. And we have the Paul in the middle. Argentina is actually good enough to come out of that group at the moment, and I'm also giving it to Poland. Yes, we have the likes of Lewandowski there. I think he's their main man.
Which is
Szczesny and the likes. But at least, even if they are going to be struggling, or there's high tendency they come out of that group. And the other teams, we can't actually write them off completely also, because it's football. Anything can happen. Anything can just happen. You might not think a team can win, and Argentina can be knocked out. It's football.
Sure.
So we shouldn't write them out. Everybody is not coming there to say groundnuts. We are coming there to play proper football and give proper fun to the world.
And this is not Olympic.
It's not Olympics at all. So we can't just write anything. But for me, I'm going to be giving it to Argentina and probably Poland.
Okay, what of Mexico chance of making it out of the group stage?
Mexico, I would have said, had it been Chicharito was still in the team, I would have said it will be much more convenient, and some players. Mexico is not a kind of country that actually plays soccer like that. Everybody's struggling. But I won't just say we should leave them out also. They can actually come there and prove something off. So let's just give it to, for me, I'm giving it to Argentina and Poland.
Okay, what of Saudi Arabia? You know, we have Saudi Arabia in this team, and although their last outing was actually poor during the World Cup.
Yes, exactly the word poor. I'm taking the word poor out there. You know, we are coming to play football. Nobody's coming there to say granuts. You need to play football.
Serious-minded game.
Yes, exactly. You need to be serious with the football. Saudi Arabia, I don't think if with what they played, with their poor performance, if they bring it here, they're actually going to be knocked out in the first round.
Okay, let me take it back to boxing. Let me give boxing news to our viewers at home. The lawyer explains strategy for Oscar Valdez to defeat Shakur Stevenson. We have Oscar de la Hoya says Oscar Valdez would need to use pressure on Shakur Stevenson to have a chance of beating the highly skilled defensive artist on April 30th in their super featherweight unification fight on ESPN at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. At Tolulope Emmanuel, Group D, we have France, we have Denmark, we have Tunisia, and we await Australia, Peru, and United Arab Emirates. I'm pretty sure you give it to France.
Of course, being the current world champion. And the
current world champion.
This group is kind of dicey for me to select or pick who would be advancing to the next round of the stage. But originally and without doubt, let's give it to France. With a crop of players they have, you want to talk of Kimpembe, Pogba, Pavard, Lloris, Kante, you know, those set of guys.
Zima, Giroud and the likes.
Those guys are exceptional. They are very brilliant when it comes to European football. You know, what they've been able to do in their respective clubs, and they've been representing very well. And although they are antecedent when it comes to FIFA World Cup.
And also they are the defending champion.
That's where I'm going. For instance, in the
but don't forget, in World Cup, we've always witnessed a scenario where a defending champion.
That's where I'm going. That's what I want to say now. That Germany did it. They won the World Cup. They couldn't make it to the next round.
Exactly.
Spain won the World Cup. The next round they couldn't. So this, I wouldn't be surprised or shocked if the same thing
happens to France.
But as a matter of fact, this is soccer, and with this group, I don't think any of this should be a threat to France.
But I'm pretty sure they will break the jinx this time around.
Sure. I see France advancing to the next round.
And we have Denmark, Tunisia too.
Denmark, for me, with Christian Eriksen and some other guys, I believe they are fit enough to make it. But as we have African brothers in that team, Tunisia, though they are not that brilliant or they are not that good compared to this European side, but I still want to give it to them. I still want to give it to Tunisia. That's France, Tunisia, making out of that.
Okay, Frank Smith of Mushroom Boxing believe Kell Brook should have taken the fight with Kenon Ben because he feels he doesn't have a lot of options right now. Brock is rumored to have been asking for a whopping around $10 million, which was out of the price range for a fight with Benin. Benin is instead facing 34-year-old veteran Chris Van Harden this month on April 16 on Dazan at the Manchester, England. Well, it's very interesting when it comes to boxing. Our boxing lovers at home, I hope you enjoyed watching boxing. Okay, Group E, we have Spain, we have Germany, we have Japan, we await Costa Rica or New Zealand. David, this group, we have Spain, Germany. Majority of people have been even clamoring that this is a kind of a classical Spain and Germany.
Sure.
Defending former champions are in this group.
Former champions are in the.
Let me start with them. Spain at the moment they're having young, fantastic players. They are
and that's what makes football.
Yes,
at the moment.
you know when these guys bring out their youthful skills, youthful styles of football onto the pitch, we are always actually happy. We are actually settled and relaxed. But at the same time, Germany also, we have senior players. Let me use the word Anwan Agbagba in the team. So, well, football is not a team, it's not a game of Agbagba or senior players or something. Once you play your football, even if it's 1-0, you are winning the game. So, Spain at the moment, they have young players, likes of Gavi, likes of Pedro in the team, Dani Olmo and the likes. These guys have been spectacular in their different clubs at the moment. Spain, I'm giving to them out of that group. Germany also, the likes of Kai Havertz, the guy has been on fire so far.
When
Last years, Werner also, they've been showing what they can do. You know what, Muller also, he can't be written off. So Germany and probably Spain, the other two teams, and the remaining one probably, if you are going to expect Costa Rica, is going to be a very, very, very tough fight for them. If they are going to seek or surmount a place in the next round, it's going to be a difficult game for them if they are going to beat Spain or Germany, because Spain doesn't want to take any chance. Look at them losing in the semis in the Euro 2020. So presently, I don't think they want to lose any chance of qualifying for the next round in the World Cup.
Okay, don't forget, Japan is also one of the strong teams.
Yes. Japan. During the type of this man, guy Kagawa, yes, Park and the likes. We can say Japan was actually on top of their game at that time. But at the moment, I have not seen any player like that in Japan. You know, everybody's bringing out their best players also in their clubs to come and show what they can do in the national team. But at the moment, I won't completely write Japan off also, because football is a game of luck, according to what you said earlier. So let's just see, but I'll be giving my own tip to Spain and Germany.
To make it out of Group E.
Yes.
Okay, in Group F, we have Belgium, we have Canada, we have Morocco, and we have Croatia. To look at which of these countries do you think or expect to make it out of the group stage?
Well, I will start with Canada. Considering how they were able to make it into the final properly, that's almost 34 years of before they eventually sealed the ticket of coming back to the FIFA World Cup. So I think they will want to give their best, and they want to prove a point at this current edition of the FIFA World Cup. But left for me, I'll go for Belgium and Croatia, because that Belgium side is another team in the world that's you'll be scared of playing them, and the brilliance of their manager, that's Roberto Mancini. This guy is really doing well with the team. You know, I think they just lost their first spot to Brazil just this week. For a couple of years, they've been on the first spot in the FIFA World Ranking. That shows how, although they were not winning trophies, but they were gaining points and they were winning matches. But it's quite unfortunate for them that in the last few years they were able to prove it by winning a trophy. Yeah. So, but I still want to give it to them. They still have a chance in this tournament going to the next round. And then again, I will give it to Croatia. We have the Modric of this world, the Mitrovic and the like. So I still want to
Martin Kovacic of Chelsea too.
Their brilliance and their respective individual prowess. So I still see them advancing to the next. Then we still have Morocco there. So as a matter of fact, if any of these sides make a mistake, I mean between Belgium and Croatia, I see Morocco advancing
to the next round. Right. Okay, let's take a bit looks at what is happening around the tennis world in Miami Open. Casper Ruud and Carlos Alcaraz to meet in the first ATP Master 1000 final. Casper Ruud beat Francisco Cruzendolo in Miami opening semi-finals, while Carlos Alcaraz defeats Albert Uskars, both players into their first ATP Master 1000 finals and looking for their second titles of 2022. Norway Road beat Argentina Cruzendolo 6-4, 6-1, while Spanish Alcázar saw off Poland's defending champion Robert Uskars in two tie breaks, winning 7-6, 7-5, 7-6, 7-2 to advance to the Miami Open final. Okay, David, let's take a look at Group G. We have Brazil, we have Serbia, we have Switzerland, and we have Cameroon. And yesterday, when I was discussing with a friend of mine, he said he see Cameroon advancing more than the round of 16 in this year Mondial World Cup. Do you think that is possible for Cameroon to do? It was actually pleasing at their performance in the African Cup of Nations that they can actually make it up more than the round of 16?
First, starting with Brazil. Brazil actually has a place in the next round. Players they have Coutinho being on top of his game. Yes, Vinicius also. Also with Neymar, they have players that can actually take them to the next round. Yes, Cameroon played wonderful football in the AFCON. They actually played well. For everybody to see that, yeah, they are actually capable. As for what your friend said, Cameroon moving even beyond the round of 16 or so, I won't actually say that because other teams also are not coming there to just watch a team knock them out. And I won't write Cameroon off completely because Cameroon, they actually come there to play football, so wonderful football. And Vincent Abubakar, who have been showing himself. Yeah, I think he's the one that scored the highest goal in the
qualifier.
Yes, and probably if he
in the AFCON.
Yes,
yeah.
if he brings this spirit back into the World Cup, we will see that Cameroon is going to move forward than their next this thing. So probably I won't actually write other teams off also in their group. I'm giving it to Brazil and I'm giving it partially to Cameroon.
Brazil and Cameroon to make it up to the final. Okay, another tennis news we have. Naomi Osaka will contest the 2022 Miami Open final versus Iga Swiatek. Four-time Grand Slam winner Naomi Osaka will fire off in 10 hours as the Japanese former world #1 beat Swiss Belinda Bencic with 4-6, 6-3, 6-4 on Thursday to reach her first Miami Open final. And that it will face next will face Poland second is actually in the final, who defeated American Jessica Pegula with 6-2, 7-5 for her 16th straight win. To look where we have the last group here, which is Group H. We have Portugal, we have Ghana, we have Uruguay, and we have our Korea Republic. Like we said, even the Ghana FA president have said that the match between Uruguay and the Black Star of Ghana is like a refrange of what happens during the South Africa 2010 World Cup.
Well, if we should go by what Ghana played in the last AFCON, and in the first leg of their qualifiers against the Super Eagles of Nigeria, I don't see them to be a threat for Uruguay. So I see Uruguay going out of that group conveniently and convincingly. Don't forget we have this guy, what's his name? Cavani.
Yes.
We have Suarez. We have Torreira. You know, brilliant guys and good playing guys in that team. And they are coming from the Americans. I think CONCACAF or what's their federation. So they are going to prove it. They've been at this tournament for a while, and they've always been proving it that they know how best to tackle each game as they can. So I see Uruguay going out of that group conveniently and convincingly. Then again, I'll also give it to Portugal. Like David said earlier during the group where Argentina was, he said he has his favorite. Same here, I have my favorite in that,
which is Cristiano
Ronaldo. So I would love him to, although he's aged and he was unable to do anything in this last round of playoff, but he still have impact in that team. The experience he has gotten over before now, he will still use that experience as a senior player to help the upcoming players. We have the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Renato Sanchez, and and their goalkeeper, I think Patricio. We also have Ruben Neves. So this team is a ready-made team. Honestly, they are a ready-made team, and I see them also advancing to the next round. So, but if Ghana wants to prove it that yes, they really know what they are good at, I see Portugal and Ghana going out of that group. But if otherwise, I give it to Portugal and Uruguay.
Okay, let's take our trainer up to the Euro as we advance on the program. Yesterday, Mikhail Arteta has been named the Premier League Manager of the Month for March. David, Mikhail Arteta ahead of Jurgen Klopp and Thomas Tuchel of Chelsea as the Manager of the Month for March. The controversy have come that even though he lost a match during this previous month, and he still went ahead to claim the Barclays Premier League Manager of the Month. What can you say about this?
Okay, first and foremost, congratulations to Mikhail Arteta for winning that award. Definitely there will be controversies because also Chelsea, I don't think they lost any match.
Same as Liverpool.
Same as Liverpool. Even with Chelsea and Liverpool playing not up to the best, but they actually tried their possible best. But I think why they actually gave him that award was mainly because initially Arsenal have been struggling, and he has been able to reshuffle and rejuvenate that team. Because I was actually discussing with a friend yesterday when we were actually arguing if Arsenal and Chelsea, if they are going to meet and who's going to win, and the likes of players Arsenal has, and what the coach has. Seriously, the coach has actually done a great job. Just as Xavi in Barcelona, Mikhail Arteta has also done a great deal of job in this team. Look at what's his name? Smith Rowe, Saka that was playing. Yes, Saka that was playing left back position last season. Now he's playing on the wing forward now. And he has actually been proving himself to be a wonderful player. Even Lacazette that was
without Saka these days.
Yes, even when Lacazette that was off the radar last year, he's even trying his best at the moment. Martinelli coming up to the team. No. The man has actually done a great deal of job. So let's forget about it. Let's put sentiment aside. The man actually wants the award, and I hope he continues this way. But probably if he doesn't, we should not be too so happy with the award because other coaches also won't sleep and just be looking at you to come. And I'm very sure Jurgen Klopp, Tuchel won't take it likely in their next games. Okay,
Harry Kane also has been declared as the Premier League Player of the Month for March. And this will be the 7th time he's going to win this award. Even no Premier League player has claimed it 7 times aside him. Kun Aguero. Okay, Tolu, what's the chance of this guy playing a very fantastic football for us? Should we be expecting him to stick out this form to the World Cup?
Of course. I think in the last edition of the World Cup, he proved a point there. But and I see him taking that form to the World Cup later on in the year. But for a player of Harry Kane, banging goals, getting goals, at a certain point he lost form, and all of a sudden picked up the form, and before you know it, he's almost topping the scoring charts in the EPL these days. So this guy has been playing exceptionally well. He has been doing that, but it's quite unfortunate for him playing in a team like Tottenham Hotspur, whereby you hardly win trophies, and that's kind of disheartening to me. Yes. So that's why he said this guy, if he has his way, as the summer is approaching, let him go to honestly, banging for a player having 250 goals to his credit. And you can't
win trophy for your own cabinet.
Even players that are not scoring up to that are winning trophies. So
Kovacic didn't play up to 20 minutes in 4
4 to 5 Champions League in his bag. So, okay, let's discuss about transfer updates. We have David Moyes saying they are not ready to sell that Declan Rice for anybody, and says the club could not even consider offer below 150 million euro. Gentlemen, do you think Declan Rice is worth this amount? And besides, a lot of teams, likes of Chelsea, Manchester United, have been teaming up to sign this young lad. David, I know your team is actually interested in signing this man.
Yeah, sentiments aside, I actually don't see something much spectacular in this guy. Actually, he's playing well, but there's something actually peculiar to England players. Overhyping is too much. When you play to some extent,
that's English football.
Yes, he plays a price tag on you. 150 million. What's he playing to that extent? Okay, fine, he's playing. Do you not want to compare his playing style to that of Kante, how do you now want to place Kante? Does Kante worth 150 at the moment? I don't think so. So definitely, why should you put 150 on a kind of player that's not playing up to his best at the moment? It's too much. And I'm very, very sure probably if another person takes over at Chelsea, maybe they can actually reconsider by not taking him, because Chelsea at the moment, probably they won't take it, but West Ham at the moment also need him. They can't actually leave their player, because there's high tendency they go to the Europa next season. And if they go, they need a type of player that can actually coordinate their midfield at the moment. So I think that's one of the things Davis Moyes is actually considering. But when you see a type of team like Man City bring that type of amount to you, I'm very, very sure you can't say no. You can't say no. So probably Declan Rice, I don't think that he wants that amount. That amount is actually too humongous for him. Maybe if they can reduce it, he can actually get better offers from clubs, and he can actually go to a better team and win cups there. Okay,
another transfer update here. Spanish giant Barcelona are targeting a marquee signing this summer in shape of Erling Haaland, Mohamed Salah, and Roberto Lewandowski, which it has been confirmed by Daily Mail. I've told you Barcelona is trying to bring in new players on board, new strikers, which is Mohamed Salah, Roberto Lewandowski, and Haaland. And do you think all these guys, they are capable of leaving their current club? Don't forget their club is doing exceptionally well. Mohamed Salah is still playing in Champions League, same as Lewandowski. And Barcelona is not playing in Champions League. Do you expect them to join up with a team which is not playing in Champions League?
I think the only players among the trio that I think can join Barcelona is Roberto Lewandowski. And that is if he eventually wants to leave Bayern Munich. That's the only. For Erling Haaland, I think his mind is already set on Real Madrid. This guy really wants to join Real Madrid, and his agent has always been coming out plain that his guy is going to Real Madrid. Then for Mo Salah, it wouldn't be a good thing for Liverpool to lose Mo Salah at the moment, because this guy has been carrying them for a couple of seasons now, and some of their legend has been telling them, give this guy a new lucrative contract. So I think his contract should be extended at Liverpool. So he's still enjoying his form, he's still enjoying his football, he's still enjoying what he knows how to do best at the moment. So I still see him staying at Anfield. That's for Mo Salah. So like I said, the only player I think can be able to join Barcelona in this summer is Roberto Lewandowski, and that is if only he wants to join, if he wants to leave Bayern Munich.
Okay, let's quickly take a look at some of fixtures coming on today. Earlier today, let's take a look at fixtures coming on from La Liga Santander. We have Getafe hosting Real Mallorca by 1 o'clock today. We have Levante hosting Villarreal exactly at 3:15. We have Celta Vigo hosting Real Madrid also by 5:30. And by 8 p.m. tonight, Atletico Madrid will sit at their home and host Deportivo Alaves. Like we are discussing about Harry Kane's futures, Antonio Conte has just come up and said, for sure, love Harry Kane to stay here. And it could be very important to have a good end to the season. Maybe it's hoping they have something in their cabinet. David, do you see Tottenham having anything to be proud of at the end of the season?
Actually, I don't, because I don't think they're in any...
They're out of every tournament.
Yes, I think they're out of everything. So probably, I just hope next season they can just
make it up
yes, because Antonio Conte is the kind of coach that doesn't even like when he doesn't have his type of players in the team. So, and I hope he's actually pulling some strings to make the team, the club generally sign some key players he wants in mind, and probably they are going to be competing at one of the highest levels and I think that's why it's actually pestering Harry Kane to stay at the team. Probably if he stays, there's a tendency he gets a cup in his cabin, because it's very, very hard and somehow for Conte, for him to go to a team and not to win a cup in a season. It's very, 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 very rare. So probably if Harry Kane stays and Conte is able to make some key signings next summer, probably we should hope Tottenham is going to be competing and we are going to see the best of Harry Kane better. But let's just hope he stays. Let's just hope. Let's just hope.
Okay, to the English Premier League fixtures, we have this weekend. We have Liverpool hosting Watford by 12:30. Brighton is hosting Norwich City by 3 p.m. And Manchester City will travel to Burnley to play by 3 p.m. Also, Chelsea will stay at Stamford Bridge and host Brentford by 3 p.m. Leeds United against Southampton. While Aston Villa will travel to Wolverhampton Wanderers by 3 p.m. Manchester United will host Leicester City earlier today by 5:30. Manchester United, Leicester, Jamie Vardy and Wilfred Ndidi will not be present in this match. I would like us to analyze English Premier Leagues like 2 matches before we move to German Bundesliga. Okay, David, Manchester United against Leicester, Jamie Vardy, Wilfred Ndidi, they will be absent in today's match.
Yeah, even they being absent, I don't think that's actually an opportunity for Man to win this game again. It doesn't mean even when even if 6 players are even missing, Man United are still playing there. I won't call it. Okay, don't worry. let me just keep quiet. Not to offend some Man U fans, but actually, even with the fact that Jamie Vardy and Wilfred Ndidi,
my manager here is Manchester United, so just mind the way you talk. Yes, you won't leave this studio.
So actually, with Ndidi, you know, he's the one carrying their midfield, and Jamie Vardy carrying their attacking line. So with the fact that two strategic men are not around, I just hope Manchester United utilizes this opportunity to win against Leicester today, because if they don't win today, they should forget. They just forget, because the teams running behind them are not taking it lightly at all. They are running after them seriously. Yeah. So if they don't win today's game against, if they don't win their game against Leicester, it's actually going to be a very, very difficult, something for them. And Cristiano Ronaldo in the team, it's actually decided,
going to miss the fixtures.
Probably. So it's actually somehow for Man U if they don't win the game today. And I'm very, very sure Leicester are not even doing too well at the moment. They also don't want to lose to this game, because they are going to drop points also. So probably let's just hope. I'm just giving it a draw. Yes.
Okay. Burnley is hosting Manchester City earlier today, and don't let us forget that Burnley is almost strategic when it comes to playing football in the Premier Leagues, and we know the kind of players, the kind of coach they have. And Manchester City and Liverpool, they just have like 1 point between them. And you know, these fixtures are part of fixtures that determine the fate of who wears the crown in the English Premier League. So Tolu, what's your view concerning this match? Manchester City traveling to Burnley to play.
Well, don't forget we are just coming back from the international break. And and don't also be surprised that there will be shocking results in this weekend. There will be some shocking results that you least expected. So, but left for me, for a Pep Guardiola side, who knows what's at stake. If they miss a point, they wouldn't jeopardize the chances they are having now, and they will be playing against Burnley. So I don't see reasons why they should lose a point. Although they will not be playing at Etihad Stadium. They will be playing away. But I still want to give them that chance of sealing the maximum 3 points against Burnley today.
Okay, no problem. Let's take a look at what is happening at the German Bundesliga in the early hours of today. We have our main field with hosting FV Stuttgart. Bayern Leverkusen and Hertha Berlin will slug it out between themselves. And then Frankfurt and Gerolf will take something hard at the Eintracht Frankfurt Stadium. From we host the league leader Bayern Munich, and we had Hoffenheim and Bochum will slug it out. Borussia Dortmund and Rivers let's play later by 5:30 p.m. today. Borussia Dortmund and RB Leipzig. David, this match they've always been becoming an arch rival. What do you think about this match coming up later in the evening?
Dortmund, with likes of players, they have Jude Bellingham, Erling Haaland, Marco Reus. Probably, Haaland is just coming back, like just getting back on his feet, and he getting back on his feet is scoring goals back to back. So probably Leipzig also, we can't actually look down on them because also they are running seriously for the Champions League. Nobody wants to drop point at the moment. So Dortmund also wouldn't want to lose guard. Yes, they wouldn't want to lose guard on today's game. So probably today, I'm just going to give it a draw for both of them because you can't just write any team down like that. Let me just put a draw for Leipzig and Dortmund.
Okay, Bayern Munich, should we expect them to bounce back because it has been a lead from one dramatic forms to other? Tolua, what's your view concerning Bayern Munich?
Well, I still see Bayern Munich coming out victorious in their fixtures this weekend. Although the consensus has always been that they will eventually win the league again this time around in this campaign, I mean. So I still want to give them that chance again, but they should not forget there are other teams who are running after them, even to overtake them. But in whole, I still see them, despite the fact that we are just coming back from the national break, and some shocking results will prop up today. So, I want to give Bayern Munich that chance.
Okay, there still is a match I feel to discuss with you guys. Liverpool-Watford, because you can see we analyze Man City. So Liverpool-Watford, and Watford has always been one of the finest teams we have in England. They will give you a tough time. Every big club.
They even whooped Manchester United. They whooped Man United.
So now, David, Watford against Liverpool. Do you think Liverpool is up to the task to defeat this team? Because Man City too is not sleeping. Everybody is just making it up to that table because the English Premier League, I can say they've put all teams, or let me say all fans on suspense. We don't know even who is going to win the Premier League again.
You know what? Manchester City's team today that they're going to play against is a tough time. Liverpool's team, Watford, as if they've actually planned everything to be like this. But Burnley is going to be is going to be a strong bone in the neck of Man City. Likewise, Watford has always been giving Liverpool problems right from time.
They were the one that they are beating around.
They have actually been giving Liverpool tough time, serious problem right from time. And today that Liverpool needs points, like they really need today's point. Watford can pull something up. Don't expect fancy football from Liverpool.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Liverpool can. Watford can just beat them 2-0. Anything can fucking happen.
And everything will just go down that way.
That's it. And Man City also. Burnley can
took that chance.
Funny enough, Burnley, if Burnley scores 1-0, trust me, they're expecting like 7 defenders at their back line.
They just pack balls.
They pack the balls. So probably if just expect, like what Tolu said, today can be dramatic. Just put it down. Even for Chelsea against Brentford today, it can be like as if they've really planned all those things. Brentford against Chelsea, Watford against Liverpool, Burnley, as if they've planned it.
I'm always scared
against
Manchester United. Seriously, it's actually so.
I'm always scared of.
No, let's put down
Manchester United.
Let's put
pen you are listening to David. Okay, no problem. Our time is actually fast spent on this segment. Gentlemen, I really appreciate you for coming. To look where are your final words to our viewers at home.
Finally, European football, leagues is back, and we have the chance of going to a different viewing center again to see a lovely team. So I expect us to enjoy the game as they come, from England to Germany to Spain to France, and then a couple of other leagues going around. So please, as we go to our respective viewing center, it's supposed to be a fan, like I used to say, and not a fanatic. Let's just enjoy this game and let's enjoy ourselves.
Okay. Before I call on David, let me quickly give you some how they stand on the log in the German Bundesliga. Bayern Munich is topping the table with at 63 points. Borussia Dortmund follows with 57 points. Bayern Leverkusen on third log with 48 points. While RS Leipzig sits on fourth with 45 points. And Freiburg sit on fifth with 45 points. David, your final words?
Like what I normally say, go to the sport house, enjoy football, just make a little bit of band, and happy Ramadan there to Muslim brothers out there. Please, you know you're a Muslim, you are going to be fasting. Please don't shout too much in the sport house. Probably when they are whooping, man, you don't.
Especially Manchester United fans.
Yes, probably if they are whooping you, you guys should do. And Chelsea fans, they like arguing. I know I'm a Chelsea fan though, but please, if you're arguing, don't argue too much because you might just fall down there and just nobody's going to carry you. But just please go to the sports center, enjoy your football, make a little bit of banter and enjoy the game and go back home. Thank you.
Okay, to all our esteemed viewers at home, let me quickly give you the final update on the Premier League log. Manchester City sits on the number 1 with 70 points, and Liverpool is trailing them with 69 points. That is 1 point in the two clubs. Chelsea with 59 points on third, Arsenal on number 4 with 54 points, and Tottenham Hotspur sit fifth with 51 points. To appreciate all our esteemed viewers at home for watching all sport update for today. Keep following us, keep following all the program on AYOGEN TV. Let me quickly appreciate all my extreme crew that I bring on board today. My able producer for this segment, Oluwase Gumuide, also known as MC Harmony. My editor, which is John Joshua. Mayor, I can see you in the building. All thanks to our manager, Bleeding Pen, our director, Mr. Falegon. He's a Liverpool fans. May you never walk alone. Until next week, now that will still come your way, I'm Adeus Oladejabi. Keep doing sports always.